All right. Nope. All right. Can you guys hear me okay now? Excellent, excellent. Sorry about that. Yeah, I had a power outage overnight that apparently reset my settings here. Okay, so I've got a suggestion here. Okay. All right. So now that we've got the audio issues resolved, I'll start back over. So tonight we're going to be going to Kuori for the first time. So I'm just getting my gear set up for it, and my two reels that I've got to take out there are the Titan and the Adriatica. So with the Adriatica, anything that's about 8 kilos max drag will work, and for the Titan, we need something around 13 kilos. So, yeah, definitely the Titan will be for sure the preference, because if nothing else, I've got this setup that's not much worse than the Adriatica that I can use. So the Express Fishing Heavy, the cheapest one here is 11 kilos, which isn't going to cut it. I'm just worried about that minimum test size of 25 grams, but it seems like it's probably the best option for right there at the 13. Let me just check a couple more here. So this one these only go to like 12 or 12.1. And the comma, yeah, it looks like to get to 13, it's about what we're looking. Well, yeah, it's about the same price. So, welcome there, Twat. Appreciate those lures. So it seems like the Express Heavy it is. What's the difference? So if I go with the S80, I guess that will get me ready for the HSV. So I might as well just go ahead and future-proof it. So let's go ahead and pick that up. As far as lures go, because I can't quite use the wobblers yet, I'm at 25%, but I'm not far off. An S70 you say for the Adriatic? Let me take a look at that. 210, and it is 11 kilos, which, yeah, that will give me a little bit extra because I can also upgrade to one of the 9 kilo drags. Make sure we've got the map at Kuori is only like 10 silver white. How much is the boat rental? $6 silver an hour? Okay, it's not too bad. So let's pick that up. A lot of the last week's savings taken out, but that's okay because I'm definitely planning on doing the second Norwegian trip later this week, so that'll work out. So let's go ahead and get those set up and make sure I have everything I need and take the trip. Take my reels off of these. Ooh, how's the wear look on this? No surprise that the Adriatica's beat up. I put that poor thing through so much. The one thing I did not account for is line, so I'll probably have to just take some line from these. And I'll take, let's see, what size leader is good for out there? So our new ones are the S70 for the Adriatica. 15 kilogram flora. All right. This is the smaller one, so it should be here. And that's too small a leader. All right, so we're looking at a minimum of 18 gram test weight. Okay, so I can use these. This is perfect size, so let's hop that on there. And see, we got a message coming in. Big. Oh, appreciate that, 8. Make use of that as soon as we get out there. All right, so back to finishing the setup of these 2 rods and reels. Got that one set up. I need to get a leader for that, and then for the heavy, put the Titan on with the 12.5 kilo line. And yeah, that's the only leader I've got. So 15 kilo. I don't have the tool to make lure or any leads yet, but leaders, let's see what we can scrounge up on here. 4O carbon. I can't get one of that size big enough. Let me see in chat if anybody has a couple 15 kilos that they can make and send my way. Oh, you got me covered there, twat. Appreciate that. So we'll throw that on here. Yeah, I need to probably something I need to plan on. Hopefully, twat got me covered there, 8. But appreciate the offer. I definitely need to work on saving up and picking up that leader tool in the near future. Okay, so I think we're pretty well set up now. Yep, got our leaders, got our lines, all that. All right. Take advantage of the free food before we travel. And make the trip. So this will be my first time out here. Appreciate it, gamer. We'll see you when you get back. And I know this is where I need to go if I'm buying cottage cheese and cheese for baits. So I want to go ahead and check the price of those while I'm here. So we've got the boat station. Okay, so this is the dairy store. Yeah, it's not too bad. I'll be sure to pick some of that up before I leave. We got hardware, fish market. Appreciate that, twat. Let's see. Okay. Oh, so this is the house you can buy, which I've heard is pretty expensive. Oh yeah. Whew. Expensive might be an understatement there. But one day, the distant future, I'll have that house covered wall to wall with trophy bleaks and mussels. All the greatest of the small fish. Workshop. Grocery store. Administration building. First stop. Get the map. And let's see, we got cafe somewhere. There's the tackle store. Have I passed the cafe and not realized it? Let's see, is this the cafe? Handmade lures. That's an interesting little shop. Okay. All for gold, though. Cafe. Here we go. Somewhere. All right. So I don't really know. This is my first trip out here, so I'm not. It looks like I don't know. Maybe some pike or perch or common roach we'll pick, but I think it's, what is it? Mostly lake trout or something out here. And the trolling. I know char is good for, I believe, the bottom fishing, which I do want to try at some point. Got some rainbow trout eyes, regular char. Okay, well, let's take a look at the map here. So I guess the main trolling route is to kind of follow along, go up here, turn around, and come up the northern side? Or is it good to go around the eastern edge as well and come up that way? Go ahead and set my hot bars up while I'm at it. Around the eastern edge as well. Okay. And I guess I can go ahead and, let's see, this is 4.2, so it's going to be better than that. So, would it be too risky to throw this with the Lacerti out there as a third trolling option? I feel like it might be too risky. What's the hook size on this thing? I think it defaults to like a size 2 or something like that. Size 8, it might be okay. But with that leader, I'll probably not risk it. Alright, so the buy rate's pretty good. You don't have time for that. Okay, that's good to know. So we'll hop in here. Before I do, let me get my hotbar set up. Get the smaller one in number 1 and the larger one in number 2. And just for some funsies, I'll throw the old telescopic in 3. So use these. Thanks again for the boat rentals there, guys. And let's see, we need to stand up and... Alright, so the heavy one we'll put on the right side. And the lighter one we'll put, or the left side I should say, and the right side will have the smaller one. Okay, start the engine, switch to trolling mode. Such a great turn radius on this boat. Okay, so I guess the route, I'll go all the way around, come back around, and I'll come back up the east side. That's what I do. Well, I guess it would help if I put the lines in the water, but let me get lined up first. Get used to this. Further out. Here we go. All right. I'm gonna get the lines out. What's a good friction brake setting on these? Keep it around like 20 or so, probably. Try that. Close the wheel. And toss this out. Alright, here we go. So I'm going to be going that direction. Okay, so that one over there is sticking to the top water. Does that feel right? Feels like I need to let that drop some. Clip 12, full cast? Okay, I'll try that. Yeah, I did very little trolling on Mosquito. I've been mostly float and bottom fishing, so learning all this as I go. All right, clip 12. Cast it out. And off we go. Let's see, so I'm getting used to the rod bend on these to know if they actually have something on them. That one seems to have gotten a snag. Alright, so going this direction. So is the general strategy to keep your eyes on the rods the whole time, or more follow the map as close as you can? I guess once you get used to it, you can sort of not have to reference the map anyways. Let's see, the time here right now is just before 8 a.m. Push J. Oh, okay, so I was in regular mode. There we go, trolling mode. Oh, okay, so when you're in trolling mode, you don't have to hold forward. If you hit forward, it turns the engine on. Okay. I see, I see. Did not realize that. Yeah. I'm assuming the fish here will hit pretty hard, so when they hit, it'll be fairly obvious on these reels that something's on there. Drink some tea to warm up. Shame you can't put, I guess bite alarm wouldn't really make sense because they're bent the whole time anyways, but some sort of indicator would have been nice. Part of me wants to throw my telescopic rod out just for fun while we're trolling around. Spiker 2, thank you, thank you. I'll appreciate that, Twat. Let me see. So as far as the different lure options go, let me pull these in. Drop anchor for a second. So I'm going to pull these in, and let's try 2 different lures out here so we get some variety. So let's bring this in and bring this in, and we'll try the spikers and see if we have better luck. Oh, well, had a nice big perch on this one all apparently. Not bad. Got some spinning XP out of it. Always good. Okay, so on the S70, we need to hit at least 18 gram test. So Spiker's a little too lightweight for that though. So is there a way to adjust that, or does the low test weight really matter if you're trolling? Doesn't matter? Okay. So let's try that, and let's also try this one, see which one they're hitting on. Pull these back out. One of those days, Twat. Alright, raise the anchor up and get to trolling again. So here, coming up on where we need to turn and head north. That may already have a fish on it. Let's see. Yep. Another perch. That was quick. So here we can start heading into this little inlet. Doesn't look like anything's bit yet. Nice peaceful ride. Just for laughs, I'm going to throw this out, see if something hits it. Do me proud, little red stick. It was worth a shot. Okay, so let's head in towards this direction. And I guess none of the shallow areas are worth trolling over. You just want to stick to the deeper parts. So I need to veer in like that. Oh, got something on the heavy rod. Ah, a Vindis. I don't believe I've caught that before, so new fish for us right there. And I assume if you want to do bottom fishing here, any of these darker spots are decent to go into. Try to get some char or something like that. Got something on here. Another Vindes. So are the Vindes very good for silver, or what's the money fish here? Shell areas sometimes have rainbow trout. Okay, that's good to know. Especially if I see a cafe order for those. Alright, got something else on here. Decent little perch. So is this about the typical bite rate, or does this seem like it's more or less than usual? And this thing turns about as well as a tank. Another fish on. Oh, there we go. First lake trout. Nice. Small for a lake trout, but better than nothing. Got something on the other line here. Another tiny, tiny lake trout there. Hopefully, the bite rate is decent enough. Hopefully I can start getting some skill gains in spinning now. So the island are one of these two islands, or the main island out here on the east side there. Talking about. Let's see, trainer back on. Looks like we got something here. Main island. Okay, working our way over there. Vindes, and it looks like we may have something on the other line too. Maybe not. There we go. And as far as the spinning skill goes, it looks like 35% is when I'll be able to unlock wobblers, which is, I think, what someone suggested on the last stream to go for before traveling to Volkov. And then a little lake trout. Start the turn here. I guess that's the main island up ahead with the gnarly looking tree. Got another fish on. Ooh, this might be our biggest one yet. Looks like a chunky lake trout. Yeah, there we go. Something over 2 kilos and a fishing skill upgrade. I like that. Let's keep those coming along. So where are you all fishing lately? Anybody still out the deep sea or trying some of the old fishing holes? I know gamers waiting for the old archipelago to wake up again, I'm sure. You're a real flashing. There we go. Something putting up a little bit of a fight here. Out at the deep sea. Very nice, very nice. I've taken my first trip out there early on. Ooh, a Sudan trout. Nice. And I'll plan to take my second soon, and then probably save my third trip till I get to closer to maybe level 30 or something like that. Another fish on. I'm kind of interested in trying shore fishing when I take my second trip out there to see if the reduction of having to take the time to boat out to the deep holes, if it would be making up for it. Another lake trout here. Yep, another 1.5 kilo lake trout. I'm surprised my spin fishing isn't going up a little bit faster than this. For as low as my skill level is in it. Another little lake trout. 41 is active right now. Yeah, when I go out there, if I go in the boat, I'm going to do some more, like I did towards the end of my first trip out there. I was playing around with the sonar, and I was having pretty good luck using that, tracking down decent sized fish. So I think I'll try that again instead of just going to the middle of the hole and just dropping and relying solely on the hole itself. Try to be a little more active in my spot. But hopefully I can get enough money from that to get, as much as I want to get another HSV next, I realistically probably need to try to get another Titan reel and another decent bottom rod, since I really like carp fishing and I want to try to have another decent rod or reel that I can use to not keep putting my Adriatica through the ringer. I think the old Adriatica is probably ready to retire. Yeah, we've been having some pretty good bite rate out here so far, gamer. Nothing huge. We got a 2 kilo lake trout. Everything else has been 1.5 kilo or smaller. But it's coming right along. Show the keep net. Okay. Here's what we've got. A few perch, sort by weight. So yeah, we've got 2 kilo lake trout, 1.67 trout, and another 1.5 lake trout. Everything else kind of small, but decent enough bite rate going along. We're going around the main island now. Oh, the 7's a valuable one? Good to know. Glad I pulled that one in that case. The old Adriatica pulling its load over here. It's probably happy to have a break from all the grass carp I keep catching on it. Alright, looks like it's time to start turning north. Yeah, this seems a really good bite rate right now. 7-meter hole. Okay, let me take a look at that as soon as I get lined up here. So that is... Okay, yeah, so I'll be coming back around that one on my way out. Basically, I'm going to go along the north, come up to the cove, come back around and go on the south side and up through the east here. So far, I've gotten only a 0.3% spin fishing gain, but it's alright. There's a grayling. Did I forget to close it? Oops. Good catch there. Had something on it too, it seems. Shame you can't use just hit K to close the reels on the rod holders on the boats. That'd be nice. Good perch there. On the other line, let me check, make sure I'm not... Yeah, I think I'm about to beach myself. Very good bite rate, though. Good change of pace from the carp fishing I usually do. By now, I'd probably catch 2 big grass carp being chased across all of Old Berg. But that's always fun, too. Doesn't hurt to have a change of pace at all. Little lake trout. Alright, now that I got these back, I need to realign myself on the map here. I am way off course. Nice to be able to see the bottom here. I'm going to come out of trolling mode for just a second. There we go. Just about back on track. And it seems like it'd be a nice spot to stand off of and do some bottom fishing in the future. So is the main target for bottom fishing here at Kuori char, or you have like burbot pretty good or here or anything like that? A little perch. And then caught something right away. Very good bite rate right now out here at Kuori. Bream, rough, and minnow. Oh, that's my favorite right there. I love the tiny fish. Got something putting a little fight on the Adriatica here. I hear you. I think I've caught 2 burbot in all of my levels, and I've chased them pretty heavily with pieces of fish. They just don't like one. Hey, there's our first char. This little chompy teeth there. Pretty nice model. Let's see. Let me make sure I close the view on this. Yep. Okay. Got something on. Looks like another Vindus. Those just joining, welcome. Just doing a little trolling on Kuori Lake. This is my first time out here, so working on getting my spinning skill up in preparation for taking some trips to Volkov in the near future. Usually I do float fishing and bottom fishing, so this is a bit of a learning experience for me. Welcome, Havoc. Welcome. Where are you fishing lately, Havoc? Alright, so bite rate slowed down a little bit, but might just be the area we're at. It is getting midday, so I'm not too surprised. Thank you for the follow there, Rear Admiral. Out at the Norwegian Sea, Havoc. Catching anything good? Well, your bottom fishing's coming along, it sounds like 8, so that's good at least. Thanks for the follow, twat. Yeah, my strategy with the float fishing was just to level up with my telescopic while I was doing the bottom fishing. It's worked out pretty well. Another little lake trout there. One more trip left. Yeah, I'm going to take my my second trip out there later this week, and then I'll probably save the third trip up for when I'm around level 30 or so, and XP starts to get a little bit stingy. And there we go. There's another spin fishing game. That's always nice to see. We're looking on the map here. About time to start veering to the right. Catching any nice fish out there on the sea with your rental gear, Havoc? I think the biggest I caught was like I think I may have got a 12 kilo saithe or something like that. There you go, got another one on the Titan. Another little perch there. I think there was a perch cafe order, if I'm not mistaken, so that'll be helpful. Another little lake trout. Alright, start course correcting towards the little cove here. Another fish on. This is a very big change of pace on bite rate compared to the carp fishing I'm used to. 10 to 12 kilo. Yeah, I guess with the rental equipment, there's not a whole lot of you can do to try to go after some bigger fish. Lake trout. Have you been making your own fillets while you're out there as well? Turn right. Go. Come on yet. Not yet. Yeah, that's one thing luckily I was pretty far into bait harvesting before I took my first trip anyways, because I've been scooping like crazy, but I wanted to make sure that I had the ability to make those fillets before I went out there, so if nothing else, I could start stocking up on fillets for when I can go back out. That's a good idea. And it definitely does impact the bite rate. I noticed when I didn't have the fillets on out there, it was a very noticeable difference in the bite rate. The only thing I really like the rental system that they set up for it, but I do kind of wish, because the boating can take some time to get out to the areas, I wish they would have changed the timer on it to be kind of like happy hour, where it doesn't start until you actually take your first cast, and it would just pause until then. That'd be would have been nice, but then I guess there'd probably be some ways to abuse that if people were patient enough. Alright, time to start looping around to head back out of the cove here. Have you been back to the archipelago at all, gamer? Or waiting for people to say that it's awake again before you head back out there? There's another little spawn trout. Pretty little fish there. Ooh, that's a nasty tree stump to get caught up in. Alright, we've done it. We've hit the shore. Note to self, pay a little more attention to where my boat's headed in the future here. Alright, so this should get us right back in line. Alright, back to trolling. See what we've got on the old Adriatica here. Another Savon, very nice. Looks like those are hitting pretty well up here in the cove right now. Got something in the Titan. Little lake trout. I almost wonder if it's worth upping the hook size on these for the Titan rod. Just spin around the main island. Seems like a safe bet. So you just kind of go in this area right here. You don't take the this stretch on this side. Ooh, something's making some noise on the Adriatica. We'll give that a try on the next go round. In that case, see how we do. What we got on here? I'm gonna drag just a little bit. It's like a decent lake trout, possibly. Oh yeah, there we go. Hey, I got my rank 1 spinning challenge complete. That's pretty cool. And a spinning skill increase. That worked out pretty well. Start heading towards the main island. Back to trolling. Go. Yeah, with the Titan, I do wonder if it would be worth upgrading to like maybe a size 4 or size 2 treble hook on the lure. Try to target some bigger fish on it. Might consider doing that at some point. Little Vindus there. Something on the Titan here. Yep, I've got the spiker on the smaller rod right now, and then I've got the Attila on this one. And it seems like the Attila is having more luck with some of the trout, and but the Attila's got some higher bite rate overall, which is attracting a lot of perch as well. Hey, there's a rainbow trout. First one of those, and another fishing skill gain. Very nice. And that was on the spiker there. Messed that cast up. Ooh, 10-kilo trophy. Very nice. 8. Very nice. Let me take a look and see what size is on there. Guess I'm going to have to take it out of the water first. Second trophy. I think I've got a trophy rough and I think 2 trophy gibbles is all I've gotten so far. Let me just set the anchor down for a second while I look at this. And is there a way to look at the hook size on here that I'm not seeing? No, I guess I have to remove a hook. Okay, there we go. Size 4 is what's on the spiker here. And I had one other spiker. Let me see if it has a different size. This one is the size 8. So I've got the larger spiker on the line right now. There we go. Start trolling this. We got another little lake trout. Lake trout are biting pretty quickly today. Alright, so this time, instead of going all the way around the lake, we're going to take Twat's suggestion, just go around the circle here and see what we get. So for anyone that bottom fishes here, is it generally all done from the shore, or does anyone come out to the boat to sort of get into this really deep hole and try bottom fishing out there? That's something I want to do at some point. Fish on both lines here. Another lake trout. And what do we have on the Adriatica? Little Vindus. Oh, so you can get the you can stop on the island to bottom fish. Good to know. Good to know. No carp to be had out here, I assume, but go after some char. The elusive burbot, try to prove that they exist. I guess there is common carp out here, so I could try to go after some of those as well. Something to keep in mind. Something big on the Adriatica, it looks like. Oh yeah, here we go. Now we got something fighting. Ah, another nice Arctic char. Very nice. That initial splash of the lure hitting the water behind me is going to throw me off every time. Alright, let's start turning towards the north here. Not beach ourselves again. Another little Vindus. Oh, little stone keep up there. Nice little bit of scenery. See, they should let you buy that instead of the house on the over in the little town there. We've got another skill game, almost up to 30% on spin fishing. Alright, we're going to go straight through this deeper hole here. Haven't gotten any pikes hitting yet. That's a decent size Vindus there. Another skill game. Another 1.5 of spin fishing will be to 30%. Yet. Catching mostly on the wobbler. Yeah, hopefully we'll keep getting some decent skill gains here. I'm only a little over 5% away from unlocking wobblers, so that'll be a nice update there. Another perch. Let's see, so what are we looking at here? We're at 55 out of 100 so far. Not bad at all. Now if I could just get a boat that turns a little bit better, be in good shape. I think someone mentioned on the in the chat a few days ago that when you get to 100% float fishing, you get the Sabrolina rig. You can train spin fishing and float fishing with that at the same time. Is that true? Not that I'm going to get to 100% float fishing anytime soon, but might be an interesting thing to experience in the future. Grab some tea. There we go. Vindus. Alright, so we make sure we get into the darker, deep hole over here. So it's what you usually keep right in this 15-meter crescent, I assume. All right. Steer over that way a little bit. There we go. That puts right through it. There's a chunky little fish there. Another almost 2 kilos 7 trout, and another skill gain in spin fishing. XP wasn't too bad on that either. Go. Looks like the spiker has dried up a little bit. Might be getting too dark for that one. So at nighttime out here, is it still worth trolling, or is it better to switch to bottom fishing at night? Still troll? Okay. Not you. Adriatica, what are you doing in the water there? Ooh, biggest one out here so far. Almost 4 kilos 7 trout. And another spin fishing game. Yeah, it is. I suppose it is a bit of a chore to switch your setup while you're out here. Get this turned a bit. And then check my message that came in. Ah, another spinner. Appreciate that, Twat. We'll swap that on the lines here in a moment. Another perch. Get this out here and I'll take a look at that to see what it'll be good on. That the 7 trout set you're saying is about 50 silver, gamer? I'm happy to hear that. Ooh, that's a nice size Vindus as well. Doing pretty good out here. It's good. I need to make up all the funds I made buying the new rods. All right. Let me try. So, Twat, I'm assuming those, because they're darker spinners. Yeah, night lures. You said okay. So as soon as we get the sun to set, I'll switch to those. Appreciate that. Bite rates picked up here as we're getting into dusk. That's a tiny little Arctic char there. Alright, how are we looking here? I need to sweep to the left some more. There we go. Have a little cucumber action. Ready to turn left for the northern stretch here. And probably, I guess once it hits 2300 hours, we'll go ahead and switch to the darker nighttime lures. This is a cold and overcast. Good to know there, Rear Admiral. Welcome to the chat. So what's the, I guess what's the average temp right here? Right now it's 9.7 degrees. Is this considered one of the cooler days, or is this a warmer day for Kuori? I remember some of those days up in the Norwegian Sea was like 4 degrees. That's frosty. 9 degrees and lower. Okay, so we're just above the colder days. Still seems a decent bite rate, but there we go. So I'm going to go ahead and bring this fish in, bring the other line in. Oh, there's a nice little lake trout there. Personal record of maximum fish for the day. Very nice. I'm going to drop anchor now and trade these out. Oh, you can switch them out with V on... oh yeah, I guess when I'm holding it I can do that. Spinner bait on here. Ah, thank you for the follow there, Ironic Mexican. Welcome to the stream. Alright, so we're switching to some nighttime lures here. Yeah, I'll probably, once I get some funds saved up, I will plan to start trying this with a third rod. But right now, the best thing I've got is only like 5 kilos, so I just don't want to risk it at the moment since I'm used up most of my funds on this trip so far. So use an ultralight rod when you're trolling on your third. I just have such bad luck with when I risk it, some large pike always manages to find me and ruin my day. I think my worst day so far, I was out at Old Berg, and out of nowhere I was fishing for carp, and all of a sudden I got pike on all 3 of my lines, and took all 3 of them off. So basically all the silver I had saved up went to replacing all of my tackle. That was not a fun time there. Alright, so how are we looking on the keep net? We're at 67 out of 100, so we still got plenty of room. 30 kilos, that works on bulk as well. Yeah, I'm looking forward to doing some bulk trips once I get up to where I can use wobblers. And hopefully I can get another Titan set up soon so I can start going after larger carp more aggressively. As those that have been on my previous streams can attest, I love fighting the 10 plus kilo carp on my Adriatica, but my Adriatica does not love it. So are there any other budget trolling reels that are good for out here that would hold up in Volkov as well? Okay, so alpha. Yeah, let me see, what leader size do we have on here? Yeah, we're right at 15. So we should be good. The Titan option is a great one though, just because I primarily bottom fish, so it's great for carp as well. That's what I've got on this rod here, is the Titan. But it is a little pricey, and it is a little hard to stomach being so close to affording an HSV and taking the Titan. But it is what it is. A 98 kilo catfish on the Alpha. I bet that was a heck of a fight. Let's see, so it seems to be, got something on here, but definitely seems to be a little bit lower bite rate at night. Little Vendis there. Man, bringing a sturgeon on such a small reel, that's an impressive task right there. Yes, let's see, I'm almost level 21. A couple more levels I'll unlock Sversky and then Sura. So, a little ways off from the old gamer's favorite archipelago, but here we go, that's one of the Adriatica. Hey, there we go, our first pike out here. A little baby pike, but I'll take it. So I might try, we've done a few rotations around the main island here. This next one, while it's nighttime, just to see what we get, I might try the shallow run again, see if anything different bites at night. And hopefully Bear Lake wakes up again soon. It was very, very active for me before the update late last week, and since then I wasn't catching much at all out there. At least Oldberg is still good and active for the grass carp and tench though. Around through here. Oh, we're trolling a little bit and those don't have anything on. I'm going to take a look at the fish species here again. So, got brown trout. Haven't gotten any of those yet. I'm assuming those are probably more in the shallow areas. I haven't caught any eyed one there. Okay. Alright, good to know, good to know. So what are the most common cafe orders here that are good to keep an eye out for? They do very many rough orders or any of those small fish orders? I think all the trout are taking a nap here. 71 out of 100. Seems to be about looks like probably over half of our fish so far are markers as well, so doing pretty good. I guess nighttime's just a bit of a dry spell for the trolling. Wonder if I should stop over by the island and throw a bottom rod out until the sun comes back up. Steer back into the straightaway here. I saw turn the fog off. I like the atmospheric nature of it. I like being blinded when it's especially bright. I saw now that they've added the Norwegian Sea here on Russian fishing. I saw that Fishing Planet is now finally adding deep sea fishing. Old RF4 here is finally putting the pressure on them. Come on, wake up, fish. Yeah, we'll go around, go up here into the cove, and if I don't get any bites by the time we go to the cove, I might throw a bottom line out just until the sun comes up, although looks like it's about to come up as it is. Any recommendations for whether I should wait till the sun's all the way up to switch back to the spiker, or as soon as it starts lighting up out here, go ahead and switch? Here, it looks like a little lake. Oh, there we go. I think that might be the biggest lake trout we've gotten so far. 28.9 spin fishing, moving right along. Yeah, that is one feature I saw that they were adding that does sound pretty neat, where you can take your friends along in the boat. If they implemented that correctly, that'll be a fun feature. I just hope that they don't do a thing where they just make it such a high level that you're looking at having to grind out for a year to get the XP to get there. Drink some tea again. Starting to rain. Okay, so Twat's got pulled in another lure here, so I'm going to go and drop the anchor and swap out for the rain. And Rear Admiral was mentioning that with the temperature range, we're now pretty chilly, so hopefully we can expect a much better bite rate as the sun starts to come up here. So red and green when it's raining. I'm going to go ahead and switch this back to the other spiker. Always keep moving. I feel like if I do that, I'm going to end up on the shore again. Which one of these was the bigger hook? This one, I believe. Size 4. Yep, that's the one. Alright, so where are we at? We're here. So we'll loop back around the cove. Yeah, it's as we've mentioned before, gamers, definitely I think RF4 is the superior game. I think if you're fishing with some friends, like when I was playing Fishing Planet, it's probably been a year and a half since the last time I played, but I was playing with a couple friends of mine, and so the one thing it does have that's really nice that I doubt we'll ever see here on RF4 is just being able to see your friends in the world with you and watch them fight their fish and bring it in, which is a nice feature. But outside of that, RF4 is for sure the superior game. Alright, getting up on the cove again here, so I'm going to start turning to the right. Now that we're starting to get some sunlight and rain and cool, hopefully we'll see a nice bite rate. I still feel the one thing I'd love to see changed in this game is just change the snag system. Because it's just 90% of the time it just feels like the only way to get out of it in any reasonable amount of time is just to quit to the main menu and come back in. Ooh, something nice and big on the Adriatica. I may have to chase this one. Of course, when I get something feisty, it goes to the Adriatica. Watch it be a common carp, but knowing our luck. Drink some tea to help with this. Yeah, I'm surprised what they don't have rod holders on the Norwegian Sea vessel. We're heading straight for the rocks there. Sucker was right there. Get around this rocks and sneak up on that. Whatever it is. Ooh, need to let my line cool down here. The old Adriatica. Can't go a stream without it burning up. I think I'm dragging the other line over the rocks there. I think it may have a fish on it. Nope, okay, it's just a lure. Alright, what's on here? What's on here? Ooh, that's a big boy. Can I sneak this through the boat? Nope. There we go. Almost 8 kilo char. Very nice. And a skill point gain in spinning fishing. Or not a point, but percentage at least. That's our absolute biggest for the day so far. Go ahead and get myself resituated to figure out how to get back on track. So where am I? I am here, so I'll just swoop left and twirl around and go back through. You can get some more, some char like that, but on the Titan reel, we'll be in good shape. So have you tried any shoreline fishing at the sea? Maybe that have been fishing out there very often? Putting along here. I almost wonder, with it being this cold, if sticking to some of the shallower parts might be other. Oh, nice safe there, twats. That's a beefy one there. Make sure you don't accidentally turn it into fillets. I think someone the other day was saying that they accidentally cut a like 12 something kilo saithe into fillets. We're getting very close to 30% spin fishing. Our goal is 35 for the wobblers, but every little bit counts. And we're almost level 21. So for trolling, as far as skill points go in spin fishing, any particular abilities in this that are more worth it than others if the main thing you do with spin fishing is trolling? Guess we won't get. Little Vendace, give me a spin fishing percentage, so that's good. So invest in all three of those for, yeah, that makes sense for, that's basically the trophy catch. Yeah, so spin, yeah. I guess casting distance doesn't really matter so much for trolling. But fish control I could see probably would. Oof. Yeah, it's a tough move there. That you only get the one free skill reset. Making those early mistakes can hurt. Like I'm regretting early on I put 3 points into the simple bottom rig and feeder fishing. I wish I hadn't done that so I could have saved them for like inline rig or something like that, but yeah, it's not the end of the world at least. Another little lake trout there. Little grayling. Haven't caught very many of them. I think this is only our second one so far. We're looking on the keep net here. 80 out of 100, so we still got some space in there. Now as we're getting into the late morning, looks like the bite rate on the trout's picking up. Hopefully we can get some more of those big Savon trouts to get the sweet silver out of them. So one skill point I can say that I wasn't enthused about. I just see how it worked out. I put the third point in the aquatic plants, or I guess the scoop skills, and it doesn't really seem to improve your odds of getting the additional bait like the text suggests it does. So just going and putting some points in the spinner. All right, yeah. Go ahead and reel these in, and I'll take care of that. About to get 2 more skill points when we hit level 21 anyways. Yeah, I was hoping that the third point in the scoop would make the mayfly larva and algae show up a little more frequently, but it feels like the only thing it actually does is give you less of a chance of just failing and getting nothing out of the scoop. Okay, so we're a little bit better at using spinner baits now, which works out well because even if I'm not trolling during the daytime when I'm running bottom rods, I'll often during the daytime switch to a spinning rod and see if I can catch some perch for cutting up into bait and things like that. So worthwhile skill point usage either way. Another little Arctic char. And we are probably going to have to park and start selling some fish when we get up there because we are at 85 out of 100. So we'll make this revolution and then go dock to turn these in. And with any luck, maybe complete a couple cafe orders as well. Another decent lake trout. Now normally if I'm doing my normal bottom and float fishing, I have a rule of if a fish is at the right size to turn into pieces of fish and it's worth less than 1.5 silver, I go ahead and do that. But with the quantity of fish we're catching here, I'll probably just use them for silver. Little rainbow trout there. Always nice to see those. Go. So the spiker seems to be hitting a lot more right now, so I might throw a spiker on the other line as we go through. Getting so close to 30% spin fishing here. Go ahead and swap this out to the spiker and see if it picks up the bite rate a little bit. This one's a smaller hook size too, so won't be as impressive as a fish, but catch a few more while we make our way to the docks. Got enough room for 12 fish total. Oh, so it was a spiker, just a different color. Didn't even notice that. Okay. Yeah, it seems like the spikers are a great lure everywhere. I used to have a few spikers, but they were lost to some pike at some point. It's a sad time. I also lost my Christmas lures to some pike. Alright, so slowly make our way towards the shore here, see if we can get something right along the edge before we go empty the old keep net. Alright, 29.5 spin fishing. Let's see, 30% spin fishing is the casting rods and bait casting reels, which probably not going to pick up either of those anytime soon. Will we get something before we hit the shoreline? Yep. Ooh, might be something decent too. Yeah, there we go, almost a 2 kilo lake trout and another 0.2 spin fishing. There we go, even got something after we beached. Perfect. Little lake trout. Okay, so let's see what we've got. First, let's take a look and see what the total fish worth is before we sell anything. Let's see which one of you is the fish market. It was the red building. So our total, not counting any orders, we got wow, 215.7 silver, and that's about an hour of trolling. So that is quite good. Now we'll hit the old market, see if we've got any orders we can fill. Surely we can do, don't have enough for that. Okay, so we can do that perch order, so that's for 6 pieces. There we go, so that's another 20 silver there, almost 21 silver. Nothing else we can do from that. So yeah, with the cafe order, that was probably a little over 230 silver in that short amount of time. That's pretty good. Got back about half the money spent on the new equipment already. I think that was my personal best for something in amount sold in a day. See someone in the chat there got a nice trophy common carp. I'm jealous. Let's see. So eventually I need to remember to pick a bunch of this up before I leave for bait crafting and ground baits. But for now, let's get back out on the water and do a little more trolling. Where did I leave that boat? There it is. They're fun fights though. They're fun fights. I like the as much as their XP and silver per time spent's not great. I do enjoy the carp fights. Okay, so this one I do want to go. Let's try the Aquila again. See how it does. And I might try doing a third rod here. If I have the equipment on me to do it. Let's see. I don't want to do the ultralight. These wouldn't be able to pick up much, but I'll risk it for the biscuit. Now we'll triple rod it, and we get the clip set on this. And let's get to trolling. Oh, I guess I have to start trolling. Oh, okay, well. Mistakes may have been made. Didn't even get to start the boat. What do we got here? As much of a fight as is getting on, this is the little Lacertes, so it's probably time. Whoa! It's like we're flying. And it looks like my signal is acting up. I see I'm watching my stream delay here. As soon as I get my fish reeled in, I will adjust that bit rate because usually around this time of night my signal gets a little iffy. This old Lacerti may not survive this fight. Well, gamer, you know I can't go one stream before without having something too big for a reel, right? Luckily, it doesn't seem to be making too much of a distance. Just got to wear it out a little bit here. But this is just a little Lacerti, so honestly, it's probably like a 2-kilo fish or smaller. Of course, it had to happen just from throwing it out there before I started trolling on accident. Let's see, can I take one of the rods out if I do this? Let me try. Nope, no vacant rod holders. Yep. I may open the... Can't even open the reel here, so... See if I can just get the fish to fall off of there. Nope. Apparently not. I might be able to get it in, though. I might be able to get it in. It seems to have lost a lot of its fight here, so... I think I can win this one. I'm not going to let this fish best me. Eat some food. Well, the lesson was learned here about trolling first. Sadly, I can't open the reel either. It's just giving me the hands are full if I try to open the reel. Unless there's a different... Oh wait, it's enter when you're on this. I think I've got this one though. It seems to have lost its fight. I'll give it another little bit of a reel here. If it gets another wind in it, I'll open the reel up and let it go. There we go. Now we're bringing it in. This Lacerti is going to earn its keep. Alright, so anybody want to take some bets while I'm reeling this in on what we've got on the line here? Lake trout, char. I imagine it's not a pike because this rod does not have much of a leader on it. Put it all in the red. Alright, let's bring this up. Looks like the fish is pretty well worn out now. Still can't see what it is though. Got some fight back in it there. 1.6 kilo Laker is what Twat's bet is. I'm going to say 1.9. Alright, Gamer's got 2.9. Okay. Definitely a lake trout. Wow, 2.46 kilo. What a fight on this poor little Lacerti. Okay, now start trolling. Okay, I'm not going to repeat that mistake. Lesson learned the hard way. Really? This thing is catching as soon as it hits the water. Lacerti's trying to show up its big brothers. got something on the Adriatica there, so we pull that in. Got the wrong rod there? Yep. Welcome to the chat tonight there, Sweck. Little lake trout. Alright, make sure we're on the right path here. So I think we'll go back to just circling the main island. Now we're getting some good bite rate again. Yep. Gamer gets the prize for winning that, whatever the prize may be. Listening to the delicious cucumbers. That's the prize. Chompy chompy. I'm surprised the line never got too hot during that fight. One of these days, I'm going to pick up the right rod. Little lake trout, it looks like. Alright, let's throw the Surdy out there again, since this seems to be hitting stuff almost immediately compared to the others. There we go. Hey, there's our first eyed of the Kuori Lake trip here. And a spin fishing skill game to boot. Little lake trout. Heck of a bite rate now. Little Vendus. Check our location on the map. Need to start turning. Hey Hiko, it's been good. We've done almost one full keep net so far. Only managed to fill one cafe order that's worth about 20 silver, but in total made about 230, 235 silver in an hour for the first trip around. It's pretty good. Made back about half the coin I spent upgrading my, or not really upgrading, but buying some new rods for this adventure. Doing that. Had, I don't know if you joined a few minutes late, I think we made the mistake of casting this rod out before starting the trolling motor, and of course got something a little too big for it, so had the usual once a stream big fight, but I'll be sure to include a highlight of that on the channel. Always got to have some doofus mistake. Certainly a fun change of pace from the carp fishing. As much as I do love the carp fights, it's been nice catching fish back to back like this. And that. Take it easy, gamer. Thanks for coming along, and we'll catch you next time. Get the Lacerti back out. Drink some tea. Let's see. Got to come around the north side of the main island again. I'd say this is definitely a no luck. Where were you trying I've been having some pretty good luck at Oldberg, but Bear Lake, I think it's hibernating right now. All right, one skill gain away from 30% spin fishing. Went to Bear. Yeah, the Bear was really active for me before the update late last week, and since then I haven't been catching much of anything there. But Oldberg, if you go over there by the left of the bridge right outside the fort, tench and grass carp have been very active there on cheese and potatoes and algae. So you might give that a try. Perch. And I do plan on taking my second Norwegian sea trip later this week, which will hopefully bring me enough silver to get a second good carp setup so I can give the old Adriatica a rest from all the horror I've put it through. Seems like this time of day seems a little bit less active here, but as the sun starts to go down, should get some more bite rate coming in. I'm going to go the full circuit this time all the way into the cove and back. Oh, had something but missed it. Might be for the best. This little surdy is it's risky putting it out here. So you got a little lake trout here. Yeah, when the surdy is having that much of a struggle with a 708 kilo lake trout, it's just it's risky. Yeah, on Bear, I tried some boilies, but I tried all of the standard baits: cheese, potato, algae, porridge, all that stuff, and I was just getting nothing out there. So I think it's dead for now. Sure, in another week or so it'll wake back up. Yeah, off the top of my head, the spot where I was fishing at on Oldberg, it's if you leave the gate and turn left, it's at like where the end of all the algae is. I want to say the coordinates were like 3855, something along those lines, with an 8-meter clip, and it was fairly consistent. If you throw cheese out there, you'll get some tench. Throw algae, you'll get tench and carp, and then potatoes was getting carp pretty regularly. I've been conservative on using boilies so far just because I'm trying to conserve silver for gear upgrades, so I'll just use all the bait I've caught and made already. So draw a little bit up here. It's probably the lowest bite rate I've had so far out here. It is a little bit warm though. I know Rear Admiral in the chat earlier was saying that 9 degrees and cooler is the peak temperature for out here, and it's 12 degrees currently, so that may be part of the issue. Which, with it being warmer, I wonder if the shallower spots might go to... Hey, there we go, 30% spin fishing. I think we started out here at like 25.4, so we've gained almost a full 5% spin fishing. That's pretty good. Got access to bait casting reels and casting rods now. 5% more and I'll have access to wobblers, which will be perfect for going to Volk. Getting pretty close to level 21 as well. Alright, so I'm going to try Trolling some of the shallower sections here since this is warmer. There we go, got something on. Another lake trout. Another spin fishing game. Love to see it. This one's a little bit hefty. Yeah, there we go. Almost 2.4 kilo lake trout. Start turning into the cove here. Already up to 22 fish since we turned in. Yeah, it looks like a decent perch there. Yeah, 712 and another spin fishing game. The carp were they were hitting most of the day. It wasn't a super fast bite rate, but daytime was more active than night, but I was catching them at night as well. The tench was mostly during the daytime, so if you want to go after them, throw your cheese out during the day. And it's also a pretty decent spot for a float as well, or you can cast down the stream with a spin fishing rod and get some perch as well. It's a decent little diverse spot. If there's a bleak order, you can also go and catch bleak down by the bridge and fill those orders pretty quickly. Oh, there's another spin fishing game, creeping ever closer to unlocking wobblers. Start turning this around. Little baby Arctic char. Now, the first day when we were out here earlier, I actually caught quite a few 7 trouts, which one of them was over 2 kilos, which was worth a ton of silver. But I think I was catching them because it was a little bit cooler. The temperatures definitely seems to be affecting the species out here. Got a decent little lake trout on here. Oh, there we go. I think that's my biggest lake trout of the day. It's 3.29 kilos. Very nice. Yep. Use the ticket time to troll it out. Tremendous. I feel like I'm about to hit the shoreline. Yep. Yeah, school of fish. That's neat. Nice little ambiance there. Lake trout. Yeah, it does seem like the bite rate's improved a bit going to the shallower parts here. Targeting any specific fish while you're out there at Volk? I'll go right across the 4-meter spot there, see if I get anything. Got something on the Titan reel. Going after asp. Those are some hard fighters right there. There's a second eyed for the day. Start turning before we hit the cliff wall. And I'm probably going to sweep around the long side of the island and then bring the fish in for turn in and start winding the stream down from there. Ooh, got something big on the Titan. Let's see what that is. It's giving the Titan a run for its money. It must be a decent fish. Start spinning this around to chase it. Ooh, spiking that reel a bit there. Oh, a nice little lake trout. Oh boy, that blows my largest lake trout of the day by almost double, 5.8 kilo. Very nice. Yep, it was a big lake trout. The biggest thing we've caught so far today was a 8-point-something kilo Arctic char. There's another spin fishing gain on a little lake trout. And of course it was on the Adriatica, not the Titan, so the Adriatica will never get a break as long as it's on my rods. Okay, now after that I need to turn back around, I think. Yep. A little something on the Adriatic here. Another Arctic char. Yeah, it was that first run. It was very profitable. I was surprised. Over 200 silver in 1 hour out here. Between that and the 2 kilo 7 trout, I think that was probably about half of the total silver I got right there. This thing, right it in the correct direction again. Getting pretty close to a level up as well. That's nice. Throw the surdy back out while those are doing their thing. Sun's starting to come down, so I might switch to the nighttime lures. Lure making is at 0. One of the other folks on the chat here, Twat, sent me some handmade lures and some spikers and such to help get this rolling. With all my points into bait harvesting and ground bait making, plus the amount of silver spent on leveling those, didn't really have a place to do any lure making yet. Yeah, very, very nice of Twat. Very much appreciated. Missed a fish on that. Oops. Alright, so around, let's see. Right on target, right on target. I want to try some bottom fishing out here at Kuori sometime in the near future as well, just to see how I do going after some of the bigger char. This little Lacerti looks like such a wimpy setup next to these two. Right, got something on the Titan. Decent lake trout there. Almost 2 kilos. Ooh, another 0.2 in spin fishing. Very nice. There we go. Sun's going down, so the bite rate's picking up. Little perch. Another little perch. So far I only caught 1 pike, and it was a little like 200-gram pike. A little Arctic char. Start veering back towards the left here. And potentially switch over to the nighttime lures. Another little Arctic char. Okay, switch these out. Lake trout. Oh, got another personal record number of fish in a day. Switch to the nighttime lure here. Another perch. I know there was another perch cafe order, but I think it was for 750 gram and above, so I don't think we're going to hit that. Getting a bunch of baby perch out here. Thought that was bent. Guess not. Start making our way to the docks to turn in. See what we got for day 2 out here. Don't expect it to be nearly as much as the first day, both because it was half the amount of time, and also I think I got pretty lucky with the big 7 trout and Arctic char that first run. But with the number of fish on here, I imagine I still probably made at least 50 silver. Decent little Vindus there. Will we catch anything on this last little stretch? The last time when we were pulling in, we caught both lines right at the shoreline. Let's see if we can get 3 lines as we head towards the docks. Got something on the Adriatica. tiny lake trout. I think we just hit the shoreline. Yep. Alright. Eat a cucumber and see how much we've got. First we'll check the cafe, see if we got anything we can turn in for an order. I doubt it. Never hurts to check. Drink any of those. I don't think the eyed were big enough. Nope. Perch. Nope. Pike definitely not. So no more orders we can turn in. Okay, so yeah, it's not bad. 66 silver there for about 30 minutes of trolling. So it would have been come out to a little over about 120 silver per hour on that one, and 200 silver for the first hour. So that's pretty good. So I think I was at about 700 something silver before we started the day. Had to get the new rods and the trip here plus the map, and because that was all I've spent so far, but spent about 400 silver, and we've already made back about 200 of it, or 300 of it, so coming along very nicely. Very close to a level up, and I need to remember, I know there's some things I need from the dairy store. Let's see, cottage cheese dough, Jake's cottage cheese and milk, and cheese cubes is just cheese. I think that's all I really need here. Does the fresh milk do anything for baits, ground baits you use with it over just using the pasteurized milk? That's fairly pricey. It gives you 10 portions. How much does this require? 10 portions, so you get 1 craft for 5 silver. That seems pricey. Am I wrong in thinking that it's cheaper to just buy the cheese cubes over at the Oldberg tackle shop? Yeah, I mean, I guess it does have a star rating, but then the ground bait itself has its quality levels, so I don't really know if this does anything that the pasteurized milk doesn't do, and the pasteurized milk is much cheaper. Cottage cheese, you get 1 portion for 125, so those doughs are going to be fairly pricey. Sour cream, do I have a recipe that uses that in here? Doesn't look like it. It's probably made for a food recipe or something at the campfire, I imagine. I want to check the price of cubes at the tackle shop. Let's see, where is the tackle shop here? That's the grocery store. That's the administration. I think it was this building. Yeah. So how much are cheese cubes by themselves? Can you buy cheese cubes? So, yeah, it seemed, I mean, that's 437 silver. Crafting, to buy the cheese was like 590. So I feel like it's cheaper to just buy the cheese than to craft it. And I guess you could do it if you're going for XP, it might be good. Oh, I appreciate that, Twats. That'll come in handy for the tinch. Yeah, I'm wondering which, if it's worth it to craft the cheese at all based on that price. That seems odd to me. See, it's 580, and usually you get like 30 to 40 when you craft it. So I guess the only reason to buy the cheese to craft the cheese cubes is for XP and or cheese, low quantity of cheese cubes are sold out, maybe? Thanks again, twat. So got a few minutes left here. Let's try just a teeny bit of bottom fishing before we end the stream. I want to head over to the camp and try some bottom fishing over by that island, I think. Or yeah, let's try in this cove here. See what we get. Anyone have any suggestions for the bait to throw out here in this cove? Let's see, if I go to telescopic, let's see what things are biting right here. Worms, frogs, beetles. Guess we'll just go to the old standby and throw some worms out there. Thanks again, twat. Let's see. I want to take my reels off to do that. Maybe we'll just, yeah, let's see. So let's get the line and reel off here. Looks like the Adriatica is about due for another repair job. No surprise there. Since I don't know what I'm fishing for, I'm not going to put any ground bait on yet. Let's just throw a size 14 hook on with some red worm and same deal here. Throw a sinker on with let's go with a smaller hook and throw some maggots on. And I'm gonna try the old telescopic on flies. The depth here is about 2.5, so I'll adjust that. And do the telescopic and that one and that one. See what we get. Just kind of casting to the wind. Not really any strategy in mind here. Just killing the last few minutes before ending the stream with a little bit of feeder and float fishing. Try our luck. It's about 2 meters deep. Alright, really appreciate all that, twat. That'll all be put to good use. Especially once I start updating my rigs here for the spin fishing. I'll honestly be surprised if I catch anything right here. This doesn't look like the most ideal spot to do any sort of bottom fishing. The leaders are very good for small fish, twat mentions. So that's the ones he sent. Okay. Got flies on here. Is there anything that looks like it's got cover in this cove that might hide some frogs or something? Doesn't really look like it. Yeah, this is probably not a good spot for at least bottom fishing, maybe float fishing, but there does not seem to be much of any sort of grass or algae or anything to throw into. We'll give it a couple more minutes before getting ready to end the stream anyways. Drink some tea, have a little of these potatoes with fish. Treat ourselves to something nice after a long day of trolling. Oh, appreciate that. Some size 22 hooks will definitely come in handy, especially with all the bleak and stuff I go after. Alright, we've got something on the Adriatica here. Tiny roach, it looks like. Yep. Seems like a waste of a maggot, but let's see what we got on here. Really appreciate all the goodies there, Twat. I'll definitely be putting all that to good use. So we've got a couple more minutes left before time to. Did I get a fish or snag here? Snag, of course. A rock. At least it wasn't an actual snag. Try near the camp. Okay, let me go take a look at that area. Scope it out. That is on the trap path to the west. Some motorbikes or something on here for a little bit quicker travel. Guess I could hop in the boat, but we'll just hoof it. It's a nice little area here. Some trees giving some shade. $10 to $15 or tiny hook on worms. Okay, so let's see. That's the little island there. This goes out to that cove over there. So you think casting along the side of this these rocks here, Twa, is where you would recommend throwing out? So there's some 22s with some worms. More to the left. Or over this way, probably. This goes out towards open area. Like a 13 clip. Clip on this one. And this is a lot more shallow. Let's try throwing a red worm on the telescopic right out here. Set the depth at about 1 meter. Just give this just a few minutes and then call it a night and ponder on what to try out here on the next visit. Let's get these lines a little bit taut. Take it easy, Twat. Appreciate all the help and joining us out here, and we'll catch you next time. Have a good night. Not having much luck on the float there. I bet that bridge would be a decent spot. Let's try that one of these days. There we go. Now something's biting. Thought about it anyways. Might as well scoop up some bait while I'm here. Seems like it's just a nibble out here. Give these 2 more minutes and hopefully something will latch on to them. There we go. Little tiny bream. Reel this in. Go sell those couple fish I got, and we'll call it a night there. But this has been a pretty good trip, good learning experience. I've done only a little bit of trolling early on at Mosquito, but most of my spin fishings come from just actively spinning between bites on the feeder rods. So this was a fun little experience, and loving the bite rate compared to feeder fishing, and definitely going to do it some more, and still looking forward to some more good carp fights. I do love those, but definitely can say that the silver doing the trolling was much more reliable. With that said, we'll call it here. Thanks everyone for coming out. Good fishing on your end, and tight lines, and everybody have a good day or good night wherever you are. Take it easy.